Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead. Today I am up here with the sheeps. We took them from out of the pasture round back, and of course, once we get done with separating on out these young lamb rams and also young ewes, guys, are right at about 3 months old. Now, when I last did that video, we talked about coming on in and separating them on out, and also checking on them, making sure that they are doing really well. Just making sure that we'll come on out here in this paddock this morning, and we did a little bit of observation, guys, with the sheep poop. Okay, so we came on in and we check it and making sure that everything is looking good. So far I did see somewhat of a soft stool, and just from checking and looking, I do notice that it is coming from those 3-month-old young lamb, guys, and that's because, you know, when they're young, they tend to pick up parasites a bit easier. Okay, so, and that is why it's good to go ahead, take them off the mom and separate them on out, give them the treatment that they need, and then we can put them on out into a pasture, and you know, all by themselves, so they can grow up, and we can make sure that they're all doing really well. Okay, so real quick, I know you don't really want to see any poop, but I want to take you all along with me just to show you all what it is that I'm looking for, and just to make sure that these animals are healthy. And sometimes the best way is to show you all, so you all can see what it is that we're talking about, so that way, hey, sometimes people learn by seeing. I mean, maybe not see no poop, but come on along, we'll talk a little bit here. Okay, so when I come on in to check, right here is some good, what you're looking for. Okay, you got pebbles, and they're real nice and shiny. That mean those sheeps, they are hydrated. Now right here we have some that is, you still could kind of see pieces of hay in it, but it's not looking the way how I would want it, like this right here. So somebody somewhere in here needs to be wormed. Also over here, you can see a little bit right here as well. Like I said, if you see how loose that is, loose is not good. Okay, that could mean that, hey, there is some parasite or something of that nature in some of these young lambs, guys. And so we're going to go ahead and check that on out right now. Okay, so come on along and let's go. We're going to go ahead, separate them on out. Also, one of the things that I do look for in here, because sheeps do eat off the ground, guys. When I say eat off the ground, if your grass is not too high and they start eating down a bit lower, they pick up, that's how they pick up the worms. That's how they pick up the barber pole worm, which is one of the parasites that we don't really want in our herd. We don't want none of them in our herd, period. But the barber pole worm is a very serious worm. They get inside of the intestine, they attach themselves to that intestine wall, guys, and they will suck the life out of your animals. Now, how you know you have a barber pole worm or heavy worm load inside of your herd? Sometime you will notice your animal start having bottle jaw. That just come from them being anemic from all that blood that the worms have sucked out of them.
Now, what is bottle jaw?
Bottle jaw is when the animal...
How does it present?
Oh, it's underneath the neck, okay, and it's real,
like
it's
a big
swollen.
lump.
Yes, like a big lump underneath. When you touch it, it is soft to the touch. That comes from a heavy worm load inside of your animal. You want to make sure you get that treated, get that taken care of as quick as possible. If not, you will end up losing that animal. Also, when you take care of that animal, you give them whatever treatment it is that you're going to be giving them. And you want to make sure you put a little molasses, give them some molasses. That's going to help to bring back up that blood count inside of that animal, and making sure you give them some high protein feed. Separate that animal from the herd as well, because you don't want those worms that they have pass on to the rest of the animals. Okay, so also keep that in mind. Now, one of the things that I did notice when I separate out 4 of these sheeps yesterday.
The lambs.
It's 4 of the lambs yesterday. The reason why I separate them on out is because I noticed that when they poop, they tend to fan that tail and the poop will get back there. That's a sign that there's some sort of parasite somewhere in that animal, guys. And so we separate those ones on out. We have them on the back of the truck right now. Also, we noticed that with some of the other ones in here. Now, with closer checking out the stool, what I did find is we did find tapeworm, okay, in one of the stools. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be treating all these young lambs for that right there. And once we get to that point, we'll talk about what it is that we're going to be treating them with. We do use natural remedies here on the homestead as well.
As much as possible.
As much as possible, where we do blend garlic on up, and we'll put that in their water. But now, one of the things that I'm also going to be trying to is I'm going to be blending that garlic with the wormwood. Simple reason why, because we have wormwood here on the property. So we're going to pick a little bit of that wormwood and also put with that garlic mixture to help to rid of the parasite. But like I said, we have something else that we're going to be using today that we'll talk about that once we get to that point. So now it's that time to catch these lambs. Yes, we know that we have 10 lamb that was born here on the homestead. And we did say we're going to see whether we have male or female. We do know we have male and female, but we're going to see how much male we have and how much females we have, okay? So come on along and let's go, guys. And so here we are. Now we're getting ready to catch these little young rams and young ewes, guys. Now I know you may have seen me with this cane. It's not for me to walk in with, but it's for me to catch these sheeps here, guys, or these lambs. Okay, now what we do here, we have this little spot behind this house where that we hold these sheep whenever we're getting ready to work on them, whether it may be sheep or goats, and just to keep them in a confined space, guys. Now, eventually later on down the line, we will build a corral with a chute to where we can shoot them on out whenever we're ready to handle them. But for now, this is what we're using here. And it works, it works the way how it's supposed to. So come on along and let's go. We already have 4 on the back of the truck, so that means we have 6 that we need to get. And this one here, I don't worry about her. She's real nice.
She's real tamed. Got one.
You got one. Don't let them pass you now. Don't let them pass you. She can go. No.
She looking real round like she pregnant who just ran past me.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to have to stand right there, son. All right, so as you can see with this little lamb, well, you can't see, but I know. Now let me see what it is. Okay, so that's a boy right there. One of the things is that we like to do just to check the body health on these animals right here, guys. So right along the back strap right here, we like to come on in and feel that back strap just to make sure that we have some real nice meat on this back strap. And from what I'm feeling on this sheep right here, real nice and healthy. Okay. I also like to come behind that back leg and grab that back leg just to see and feel that muscle that's back there, okay? What I'm also checking for is making sure they don't have that poopy butt, okay? Now another thing, I'm going to come on in and I'm going to check, come on in close, camera lady, okay? I'm going to check the eyes. So I'm going to pull that down. You see how nice and pink or red that is right there? Mm-hmm. This sheep or this lamb right here, guys, is good to go. I am not going to worm this particular one right here, okay? And stay tuned. I'll talk about why I'm not going to worm this one right here, all right?
Well, you're halfway there.
Yeah, we're halfway there. I know that's a male. I need to check those other ones.
I was just gonna ask the other 4 that's on there. What are they?
To see what they are. Okay. So let's get this one here. All right. So same thing. We're going to come on in and do. We're going to check the back. This back right here is not as thick as that one I just put on the back of the truck, but nonetheless, she still feels pretty good.
This is she?
Oh, that's a boy as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So at least 2 boys so far out of the 6 that you caught.
And we're going to check the eye. Now I'm going to tell you, come on in, camera lady. If you see this eye right here, not as pink as the other one, right? So, and like I said, I did feel that back strap. Don't feel as thick as that other one. So this one I'm going to worm. I'm going to worm this male.
Even though there is no pasty butt though, right?
Yeah, even
no
though
poopy
there's
butt.
no pasty butt, but there's certain things that you're supposed to check for. Which, what I'm checking for the eye,
the
that's called the Formalca scoring.
Okay.
Maybe we can put up like a little picture showing what it's supposed to look like, the Formalca scoring. You know, based on the coloring that you're looking for when it comes to these animals right here. Okay, so this one we're going to worm. This one here, NJ, can you grab the syringe up there? And so just by feeling, I'm going to say that this young fella here feels right at about 35, 40 pounds. Okay. Okay, so for what I'm using right here, it's supposed to be for every 25 pound, get 1 cc, okay? But what I like to do with these animals, I like to give them, say, I'm going to give him 2 cc because he's not quite 50 pounds just as yet, so I'm going to give 2 cc because right at about 35 to 40 pounds, and so that should cover.
And just round it up.
Yes, okay? So what you want to do when you come on in to give whatever medicine or anything of that nature with a syringe, you always want to hold the head of the animal up, okay? You don't want to hold it down like that and give it to him because naturally it's not going to go down. It's going to want to come out. So you want to hold that head back, okay? And so what you're doing right now, rubbing my hand on the throat is getting them to swallow, guys, okay? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have this right here filled all the way up so that way I don't have to keep going back in and refill it. So right now this is at 12, so I need to give them, go down to 10 cc's with this. Come on in, camera ladies, so they can see.
And that's, you're saying that you have everybody's medicine in here?
Yeah, just about everybody.
Gotcha.
Yes. Okay, and so put it to the side of their mouth and you just slowly push it down, and as you can see right now what he's doing, he's drinking it, okay? And that's it. We're down to 10 cc's. All right, so hold that, son. Okay, so we're going to talk about, I know I told you to stay tuned. I told you why I'm not going to, I'm going to tell you now why I'm not going to worm that first one that we just caught, okay? The reason why I'm not going to worm that one right there, say for instance, if he don't have any parasite, he's not, parasite is not bothering him or anything of that nature, and you come on in and you deworm him, and say for instance if you do catch parasite, right, with you giving him that wormer, the parasites that's in these ones that you worm them for, what will happen? Those worms then will eventually become resistant to what it is that you're giving them. So for us here on the homestead, guys, if we don't have to worm our animals, we don't worm them at all. Simple reason why we don't want these worms to build up any resistance to what it is that we're giving them. Now it is good to switch it up, switch your wormers on up, so that way, you know, if they get resistant to what I'm giving them now, you switch it on up, that will go ahead and knock those worms on out. So keep that in mind if you have animals or getting ready to get animals. Keep that in mind. Okay?
So what you're saying is we only worm When absolutely necessary. We're not on a worming schedule.
No, we're not on the worming schedule.
Gotcha.
Only when we have to.
When
Like
necessary.
Right. And so like I said, I'll come on in and I'll look at those animals, and depends on their body condition. I'll grab that animals and I'll check the eye to make sure that we're not dealing with any worms, okay?
And this is also a part of that process of how to determine who needs to be culled or not, because what you do not want is an animal that is not resistant to parasite to carry on producing on your homestead. If they have to have continuous attention for parasites, that is a red flag that that animal needs to be culled, either as meat or off the property.
Yep.
For that reason.
So. All right, let's put this one on now.
And that's a male as well, right?
So come on down here.
Okay, give me just a moment.
One right here, guys, was a mom that had she had twins, as a matter of fact. Now her back strap, you know, it's got meat back there, but it's not as, you know, thick as how we would want it. But what we're going to also do, we're going to check her eyes, make sure she don't have any worms, okay? All right, so as you all can see right there, not too bad. She can use a little treatment, you know, but we'll give her a little bit. We're gonna give her a little bit.
Okay.
Of some medicine as well. Okay.
But she doesn't have poopy butt though.
No, she don't have poopy butt.
No.
Okay.
And last but not least.
Last but not least. Okay, she definitely don't got poopy butt. As y'all can see.
Yes,
okay?
he.
But I'm going to show you all something here, what I'm talking about, and I'm going to bring it to you all as real as possible, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get me a piece of stick, please? And right here, as y'all can see, the eye is a little bit light. You know, not as dark as the other ones. But I'm going to show you all what I just seen. I believe. So that right there is tapeworm. Okay. So that right there, we're going to definitely treat this animal right here to make sure we get that taken care of. Okay.
And how many cc's?
So for this one, we're going to do 2 cc's. Okay. Okay. All right. So we got this one right here treated.
Come on, MJ. You have to get the gate.
Okay, and so hey, we got them babies on out. That was a female or male?
Male.
That was a male, so
yeah.
we got what?
7 male and
male,
3 female.
3 female.
Lots of lamb chops.
That's not bad at all.
No, not at all.
So like I said now, guys, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be catching some of these moms right here and check the body condition on them before we let them back on out into the pasture. Now, the reason why we want to make sure we check them and make sure that they're also doing well is because we got to stop the cycle of this tapeworm here. We don't want them transferring this all over throughout on the property. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get that taken care of. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to push them back that way. Okay, stand over here, baby.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on.
Because they come.
Let me go by you. Take your time. Take your time. All right.
It's a standoff.
Just gonna stand right here.
Okay.
Like that.
To support the board.
Yep, support it. Okay. See this one here? See that there, guys? Real nice and pink. That's a healthy sheep right there. Okay. So we're gonna send them on out. She's tame. She's super tame. Come on close. Come on close. Okay. Not too bad. Go on, girl. So this one here, like I said, we're going to give her some medicine. Okay, so this, we said she's right at about probably 80 pounds, somewhere around there, 90 pounds. So we're going to give her 5 cc's.
Or 4 or 5.
Because
she about 100 pounds.
Yeah, she look, yeah.
Okay. She looks solid.
Yeah, she's solid and strong. Okay, not too bad.
Come on through.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy. So this is the mama here that had one of them babies on her. And as y'all can see, eyes look good. We're gonna send her on out. And she looked good as well. She looked good as well. Now this right here is one of the mama for one of those sheeps. Okay.
And this your Rami.
And this right here is now that's a big boy there. He is nice and solid. Look at that back leg. Now, like I said, this is going to be the ram that's going to be siring these ewes. And we'll talk about body condition and what we're looking for. As you can see how nice and round he is. Got real nice broad back strap on him. Nice back leg, nice thick neck. I mean, that plays with, you know, food and, you know, all the, what's that I'm looking for? Making sure that you're giving them their supplements and all that different kind of stuff that they need, guys. But as y'all can see, he's a healthy ram. We're going to check that eye.
Young stallion.
And look at there, not too bad at all. So we're going to send him on out, and he's not that old, okay?
You can tell by his beard, right?
Right. Not necessarily, no. No, we know it's not that old because we know we ain't had him that long. But how you can tell is by the teeth. Okay, so this at a year old, well, 2 years old, as y'all can see, starting to lose that second teeth. Next, so when they're first born, let's do it the right way. When they're first born, they have these 4 teeth right here. They're small, just like this. When they reach a year old, one fall out, the small one fall out, and a big one comes in. When they reach 2 years old, as you can see over here, that small one fell out. Now you have that big teeth coming on in. So now this ram right here is right at about 2 years old. And as the rest of them fall out, as the third one fall out, that means he is 3 years old. Now, as they get older, you can tell by the grinding of their teeth, and he is strong. You can tell by the grinding of their teeth, guys, how old they are once they get up in age.
They giving MJ a run for his money back there.
You got him? Oh!
She heavy, solid.
And this right here is one of those moms. Yo, So we're gonna
let her go.
Hold on. Let's see here.
She had babies on her.
This
right?
one, yeah, she had babies on her. We're gonna give her a little, because she can use a little bit just by looking at that eye, not as pink like how we want it. So for her, we're gonna give her 5 cc's. Okay. All right. And that's it. So we're gonna send her on out.
This one look like a young one too.
Yeah, this one is from last year, guys. Probably still have them losing her. Oh, there you go. So this one is a year old. Okay, real nice and solid. Okay, and look at that. That's what we're looking for right there. Real nice and pink. You're good to go, girl. So she's gonna be a breeder with that ram right there for this year. And that is a new ram. Our old ram, we went ahead and we took him on to the processor. And so we have new bloodline here on the homestead, guys. Okay. So let's check this little mama here. Okay, and she could use a little bit. And this lady here, she's an old lady. Okay, but we're gonna give her some because she can use some just by looking at her eyes, not as pink. Okay, so we'll give her some. Okay, and that way, Mom, go ahead on out.
Come on out.
And there you have it.
Is that the last one?
No.
Okay. So this one here also is one that was born on the property, which is a yearling as well. Should be the same with the one that I just let out. But as y'all can see right here, she has not lost her teeth just as yet. But that's coming right there, guys. Okay, hold on. Don't move. Don't move. Stay where you at. Just wait. Okay, and as y'all can see, the eye is not too bad on that one. Oh,
Hey.
catch one and come on with it.
You still got quiet. Oh, it's a yearling.
Let's grab him, son. Let's grab him.
Whew, he getting his workout this morning.
I think we all.
Oh, here we go behind you. And these are like yearlings. They're trying to go through the fence behind you.
this one should be another yearling right here. Yeah, well, 2 years old. Okay. All right. And as y'all can see, real nice eyes, real nice and thick. We're gonna send them on out.
She's strong.
And like I said, guys, if we don't have to worm them, we're not going to worm them. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Nice and thick. We're not going to worm her. Okay,
She had babies.
This is a mama here. Okay. And as y'all can see right here, guys, she can use some dewormer, but what we're gonna do, we're also going to keep an eye on this sheep right here. If she's a sheep that we have to always come in constantly to worm, then we're gonna cull her out. Okay. All right. And we're gonna give her 5 cc's. Okay, we're gonna send her on out. I believe this is another yearling. I could be wrong like before. Well, right at a year. Okay. Eyes look really, really good. So we're gonna send her.
That's the last sheep.
That's good, baby. I got her. Oh, not you. Not you at all. This is not a yearling here. Yep, not a yearling. And
She look good. Her eyes look decent.
yeah, we're gonna send her. She should be good.
This is the last one.
This is the last one.
Did she have a set of twins in her as well?
Yeah, she did, and she's a wild one too. And her eyes look pretty good. She just got to get her condition back. Now I'm going to tell you guys, a lot of the sheep that you see here on this property, we started out with 3.
Yes.
She is one of the original. Okay, came from a breeder, you know, and you know, real good
genetics.
Bloodline. You know, as far as even with being resistant to parasites. Like I said, it's very rare. Like today you see me out here, I huddle them up and doing a little wellness check, but I don't do this all the time.
It's not needed.
It's not needed. So like I said, we'll rotate them on the pastures. Now because we recognize that we have some thing there worm in here, some tapeworm, what we're going to do, we're going to take note on the last 2 pasture that they've been on, and we're going to let that pasture probably rest for right at about a month or so before we let them back on in, so that way the cycle of the worms can die out on that spot. Okay,
especially since it's been raining.
And that's what a lot of it is too. These worms, they strive when there's a lot of rain. Okay, they go crazy. Especially that's why for us, we like to wait till about noontime when the dew is off the ground. Simple reason why, when the grass is wet early in the morning, that's when those worms, they're moving. But once the sun go down, the blades on the grass are dry. It's not as privy on the grass like it would when it's early in the morning. Okay, so that's one of the things that we like to do here, is to just hold them in the paddock until the dew is off the grass.
And not allowing them to graze on very short blades too, remember?
Right, and also that's one of the things, yes. But little mama here, like I said, she's been with us about 5 years now. She is a whole old sheep. I'm going to say she's probably right now probably at about I'm gonna say probably about 7 years old, if not 8. Okay, so she's very old. But we're gonna let them go now because it is about that noon time I'm talking about, and I know they're ready for that fresh. Woo! Look at there, you missed it. I know that they are ready for that fresh grass, guys. So come on and let's go. What we're going to do now, right? for all my little youngsters that we have just separate out here on the homestead, guys, we're going to put them back in this olden area right here. Okay, we're going to be feeding them hay, and we're also going to, you know, give them a little bit of treat and stuff like that. Now, we don't want to put them back out on pasture. Simple reason why, because we have recognized that they have parasite.
Right.
So we want that to go ahead and die off in here, hold them in here, and then we're going to let that grass grow up where I was going to put them, let it grow up a little bit more, and then we'll let them on out into the pasture, let them graze some fresh grass. They're rather fresh grass than that dry matter right there, guys, but they will eat it nonetheless. Okay, also one of the things, we just talk about it since we're here now. I know the video may be lengthy, but bear with us. What we're going to do as well, we always try to make sure that we keep our paddocks as clean as possible. Okay, we just had rain, so it is a little bit wet in here, so this we will come on in, we'll scoop that up as well. All the hay that's on the ground will come on in. We'll rake that, we'll either pile it up, use it, let it break down, use it back in the garden, or we'll get it and spread it on out in some area in the property that's bare and there's no grass. Help to bring some nutrients in that area. But we're going to come and clean this up and then put those sheeps on in this area right here, guys, so they can be real nice and comfortable. All right, so nonetheless, I guess what?
What?
Come on, let's go. We're going to get to moving these sheep on out into the pasture because I know that they are waiting. So come on along and let's go.
Wow, this is so symbolic. The shepherd is leading the sheep, and they haven't looked back not once, while these lambs are back here weeping and wailing. Wow. Good little distance out.
Okay, guys. So that right there, they're out in the pasture now. They're enjoying that grass. I put them over there yesterday, and I'm telling you, they are already working it. Now, you may be wondering, hey, you know, I get these sheep to move. What it is, this is some corn that I use for my chickens, guys. I put it in this bucket. They know the sound of that corn. They know that it's food. Once they hear that, now, if you have sheep or goats, or even cows, most of your livestock, find a sound that you're comfortable with, that you know you're going to remember, and when you get ready to feed them or whatever it is that you're going to do, you come on inside of that paddock and you make that sound. Whoop, whoop.
Look,
Hear
they're
them
looking.
hollering, right?
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. And that right there, I don't know if you can hear that, but they know that sound, and they correspond that sound knowing that, hey, food is here. Sometimes I can even come on out and I can just use the sound and I can get them to come. Okay, but with all this lush green grass out here, guys, sometimes they get carried away, but eventually do it enough to get them to where that they know when they hear that sound, they need to come running. So that is how, and that's how we went about training our animals here on the homestead, how to respond to that sound. Okay, so hey, that right there is it. I pray that, you know, power that the Most High invested in me. I pray that this video was helpful to anybody out there. Like I said, hey, get on out there, start looking into getting 2 animals, whether it may be a male and a female, or even it may be 2 male. Maybe you're not looking to breed or anything of that nature, but you need some meat. Get you 2 males, guys, okay? Or even, yeah, get 2. I like for them to have companion, especially if you're dealing with goats or anything of that nature. You want to have 2 so they don't get lonely and bored, okay? But and a couple bales of hay. You know, you may take your round bale of hay. It may take maybe about a month for that 2 ram to finish that bale of hay. And get you a little small area. It could be electric fence. You would want to also get a spot where that there's no grass in that area, because that is how they also pick up the parasite as well, from nibbling on the grass inside of a paddock. But look into that, guys, because I want everybody eventually to get on out there, start rearing something, grow something, okay? But
I'm gonna tell you something. You see this lush grass behind you, how tall it is? It has what, seed heads on the top. I'm gonna tell you something that came to me as you guys were going back, well, as you were going back there with the sheep. Even though this grass right here was lush and green, and they could have easily been distracted and stopped, when it says, "My sheep know my voice, and another he will not follow." They were so focused on following you back there, they did not pay attention to these distractions of this lush grass, or even the cries of their baby behind them. They kept going, did not look back, and no one broke rank. They moved as a unit following the shepherd.
That's right.
And I'm sitting here like, my Lord, look at them. They were focused on getting to the spot that was designated for them back there without distraction, following the shepherd.
Following the shepherd. And that's beautiful that you said that. You know, it's the same with Christ, guys. You know, start seeking Christ, okay? He's the shepherd. Start seeking him, and trust me, he wants you to follow him. He wants you to come, just like what you just said, bub. I'm out here, I'm leading these sheep, and they're following. They're coming right along. And like you said, the grass was on the side, the babies was in the back. Distraction. But we as sheep that's supposed to be following Christ, we let so much things distract us to the point where we are losing the mark. We are losing the focus of why we are even supposed to be here on earth. It's to be a witness to our brothers and sisters, so that the way they can come back to Christ. I'm glad you brought that forward.
And I'm going to say one more thing.
That was beautiful.
You could see the path.
You could see the path. Guess what?
Straight and narrow.
Ah, look at it. Wow. Come on now.
Narrow
you know,
is the path.
And guess what? You took the word right out of my mouth. You took it out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was about to say. Look at that, guys. Even though, yeah, you may have some grass in the way, little obstacles and stuff like that, but guess what they still kept doing?
They stayed on the path.
They stayed on the course. They stayed on that
path.
The course. That's straight and narrow. And that's the same thing with salvation, guys. We have to be on that straight and narrow, because it said broad is the way to destruction. There's so much stuff that will keep you from following the Most High. It's this broad. You know what I'm saying? So you over here, you do a little bit of this, you do a little bit of that, and then next thing you know, guess what? You all the way out there lost in the deep water trying to come back up for air.
Because the grass is greener on the other side, right?
You think the grass is green on the other side, but just stay on the straight and narrow.
That's right.
Nonetheless, I pray by the grace of the Most High that each and every one of you all took something away from this, not just how to check the worms for animals, but for that little last spiritual message at the end, guys. If you stick around long enough for this video, it was meant for you, okay? Get right with Christ. Look at the times that we are in. Time is getting short. It is running short. So nonetheless, I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Remember, stay focused, stay positive, keep your head on a swivel, and also stay on that straight and narrow path. Until next time, I will catch you all in another video. Have a blessed day.